Pit exit is now open.
And then there were 7, which means there are 17 that do not care. As we welcome you now to qualifying. What an important weekend this is. Penrite Oil Sandown 500, semi-final time in the Repco Supercars Championship, and the cars roll out on a glorious Melbourne day. Blue skies, 20 degrees, warmer than yesterday. Gentle breeze also from the southwest, 5 to 10 kilometres per hour. Mostert comes up 13 spots into position number 10. So that's a bit of a surprise for Waters on that lap mark.
It certainly is. And we saw Randall move over on the back straight to enable Mostert to get by. So there's going to be some real changeover. There's lots of green in the bottom of our totem at the moment, and our scoring system and timing is indicating there's lots of people on their personal best, but there's not a lot of magenta. There's not a lot of cars that have actually done a better job on the cumulative number at the second sector at this stage. So Will Brown now has come up 14 spots, so well done. He's done an 8.99. Great response by Will Brown.
One of 2 drivers yesterday to make a little mistake at turn 4 and spun the car in the second practice session. Cam Hill also had a moment down there as well, so that'll be a relief for Brown. That means he's safely in. Jackson Evans, who's on the move at the end of the year, he's also just had a curb strike, which happens if you end up straight lining turn 7 at the end of the back straight in the high-speed S's. We are inside 60 seconds. This is a better looking lap, so the tyres have come up nicely now for Waters. It gets out of jail. Mostert also vaults up into position number 3. 45 seconds remaining now in the session. Davison up into position number 12. So on the bubble, we've got Wood, Golding, Ojeda, Randall, Cameron, Percat, Jones, but it's moving quickly out there with just over 30 seconds remaining.
So we're just looking there at the interlopers.
30 seconds.
So the Cam Waters number 9 dead. That's going to solidify him in the right spot. And we're just looking now as to what the progress is, because at the moment Finney's 9th. He comes up 2 spots to 7th. Nice job by Will Brown with that response that I spoke of earlier for an 8.99.
It's all to play for here with 10 to go for Randall. He's down in 21st position, remembering that he is a championship contender. He's on a decent lap. He's got personal best against his name, but he needs it.
The exit is now closed.
It's going to have to be a hungry jump on the breakdown here into the right-hand complex. He's got to get this right to get himself out of jail, or he's after a very tough afternoon if he has to start down there. Nicely onto the front straight. Green against his name in the first 2 sectors for car number 55. Does Randall get out of jail?
No.
That's a no.
That's a no.
That is
it was the best lap. It's a 1 minute 9.43. And unfortunately, that's going to make for a very difficult run for him this afternoon from that position. Everybody below the red line, that's where they'll qualify. Heimgartner, LeBrock, Ojeda, Randall, Cameron and Jones.
So Ryan Wood, to try to help Mostert, he did on his last lap there an 8.93. So he's 4th. His teammate Mostert in championship contention is 3rd. So Kai Allen is only just in 17th, so he just got away with it. But that number by Thomas Randall is going to make today very, very hard.
You've got to be able to flow the car over these curbs, and they've actually backfilled the back of the curbing in a number of places around here to stop the dirt from being brought onto the racetrack. Kostecki's numbers are handsome at the moment. He's gone faster in sector 1. It's a personal best in 2, and when you stitch it all together, it's an 8.8, which repeats what he did in the earlier session. He did a 1 minute 8.86 in point 1 of qualifying. In the second portion now, he's done a 1 minute 8.82. He's found 400s.
Nice job. Now, Cam Waters has gone up to 2nd with an 8.96. Now, this is nervous times for Will Brown. He's out of the car, and he's going to disappear down this order as these laps commence. This is huge pressure now for Mostert. Remember, all of his guns, everything is loaded to do this on 1 lap now. He did a 90% lap on the previous run. It's not quite where Kostecki was, but he's only about a 10th and a half away.
Chaz didn't get the car fully to the left down the bottom of the hill that time to fully crawl over the top of the concrete on the infill at turn 9. It pushed, and then out the other side, the rear of the car let go and slid a fair bit as well. Let's see whether or not there's anything more in terms of lap time here to dig him out, and it gets him up into position number 2 with an 8.8. He's only 2 100ths away. He's safe. Feeney to an 8.6. P1 for him. Matty Payne up into position 4. Kai Allen digs one out, and so does Ryan Wood. Woody's done a 1 minute 8.5 to be at the top of the charts, but look south of the red line. Evans, Davison, Brown is now out and cannot recover.
Yep, that is, it's massive, absolutely massive in the tail of this year's championship. Look at the look on his face.
Pit exit,
Very
30 seconds.
despondent young man who was the champion last year. And this guy, Ryan Wood, now with an 8.55. What a lap by Woody. But Feeney has been superb this year in qualifying, and he maintains that form to establish a very, very positive outcome as the highest championship contender in the top 10.
About to see the checkered flag fly on part 2 of qualifying now, and those that are above the line
Pit exit is now closed.
progress to the Boost Mobile top 10 shootout. Those below their grid positions are frozen. And the gigantic story in this session is that Will Brown has seen his stocks tumble from being right at the top. He's currently sitting in 14th as people greet the flag. And there could even be further movement as they cross the line here. In fact, Di Pasquale just came up into position number 6. Forward down to 7th, Matt Payne down to 8th, then Reynolds, then Waters. Jackson Evans only just outside. Cam Hill finishes his lap and finishes in 13th, and that pushes Brown down now to 15th position. So it's an echo of what I talked about pre-session, Mark. Qualified 16th at the Bend, 12th at Bathurst, 10th on Saturday at the Gold Coast, 18th on the Sunday, and now for today, for Saturday's part 1 of this 500k outing at Sandown this weekend, Will Brown finds himself down in 15th position. That's a tough deal. Ryan Wood's fired one in though. He's done a nice job, a 1 minute 8.5 to be the top of the tree. From Brock Feeney, from Mostert, from Allen, from Kostecki, followed then by Di Pasquale. Fullwood is quick this weekend from Payne, Reynolds and Waters. They will make it into the Boost Mobile top 10 shootout. Everybody south of the line now. They're frozen in their grid position for the 81 laps this afternoon. Evans, Murray, Hill, Davison, Brown headline there. Courtney, Golding, Percat, Heimgartner, LeBrock. Further beyond them, Ojeda, Randall, Cameron and Jones. They sorted that out in part 1 of quali.